Test your might.
What's up, YouTube? It's your Huckleberry here, back with another trailer reaction video. And we got a trailer that a movie trailer for Mortal Kombat here. This is an extended trailer for a movie that I'm super pumped for. If you didn't watch my other Mortal Kombat trailer reaction of a couple months ago, or maybe a month ago or whatnot, super pumped for this movie. This is something that I grew up on in the 90s, worked at an arcade. We would stay up long hours of the night playing Mortal Kombat 2 back in the day. So yeah, this is something that I'm all about, and I alluded to this in the last video. They better not do Liu Kang wrong. If this is the actual first Mortal Kombat tournament, they better put Liu Kang in the winner's box, or they are retconning the whole gist. But whatever the case is, this particular movie, we're going to get a lot of Johnny Cage because we didn't get him in the previous movie, which was a prelude movie to the first Mortal Kombat tournament. If you remember correctly, the last movie wasn't an actual tournament. It was more of an invasion, a preempted invasion into the Earth realm. But now we actually have the tournament itself, and they go to get Johnny Cage for some help. So this is going to be super cool to see. We know our boy Carl Urban is playing Johnny Cage. Super fired up for that. He should be, he's a great actor. I really enjoyed him in the Ragnarok movie, and of course in The Boys, among a lot of other things like Dread. So Carl Urban is pretty good amongst the fandom. I think a lot of people enjoy him. So without further ado, let's get into this extended trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, which sounds like it would be the second tournament, but like I said, it's the first tournament. Doesn't matter. Both of those tournaments are won by Liu Kang in the lore. So let's get into it and let's see what happens here. Fired up, guys. I'm fired up. Let's do it.
There are 8 billion people on this planet. And Mortal Kombat is upon us.
If we lose one more time, the Earth is gone.
Johnny Cage. This is a war to the fate of your world.
I hope your ancestors are watching.
Your might.
Now would be a good time to use those powers, mate! You wanna know my power? I am Johnny Cage. Ah, whip.
Get over here!
Damn.
Remember, if you fail, the Earth fails with you. Uno mas, thanks, Ed.
Your might.
Sub-Zero. I am reborn.
Whoa. Wait.
Mortal Kombat 2, rated R. Get tickets.
Wait, was that Scorpion fighting Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot? So Noob Saibot, or Saibot, or however you say it, kind of a shadow ninja. The original Sub-Zero reborn, because we saw the original Sub-Zero get killed in the last movie, and in the lore his brother takes over. So I'm wondering if this is him and his brother both fighting Scorpion right there. That would be an intense battle. They really play up Scorpion to be like he is Scorpion couldn't take both of those guys. That's gonna be quite the fight. I don't know what we're watching here. That looked like a preemptive trailer. That looks crazy. Let's see what else they got on the hook here.
Now, experience it in IMAX. Only theaters May 8th.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo, send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Finish him!
Me?
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now.
It's showtime.
Get over here!
Oh shit!
Johnny will definitely die.
Oh man, oh man. So a lot of that is still from the first trailer, but some of it I think was additional footage there. This is like an extended video that's kind of like this particular Film Spot channel has put together. But man, we saw some cool stuff in there. It looks like they're bringing back some characters that died in the first movie, probably through Netherworld kind of like lore where their spirit or they could be brought back somehow. I mean, obviously we see Sub-Zero back as Noob Said Boy. It looks like, as I just previously mentioned, we know that Kano died in the last movie, but you see them there in a legendary fight with Sonya, because Sonya and Kano were like part of her storyline was like she was like going across the world trying to chase down this international villain. And then they both ended up making it into the tournament. So we saw Sonya, and we also saw Sonya throwing. It looked like she was throwing her little beam or little thing. Like, so I know that in the first trailer it alluded to Johnny Cage not knowing what his powers were, but we all know if you played the game that he also had his little like superpowers that he would throw. So off the planet Earth in the realm, it looks like not only can you come back, but you also have some of your superpowers. So, yeah, and it also looked like we saw Kung Lao there fighting, maybe it was Raiden, which would be, I don't really know, I think that's what we saw. It all happened so fast, but they were typically both good guys. We know that Kung Lao was a good guy in the first one, so I don't know if they brought him back as a bad guy. I thought we saw him die in the previous movie too. I might not. It's been a few years since we saw that. Dude, that looked amazing. Like, some of that stuff looks awesome. Shao Kahn looks badass. Even better than I think Skeletor looked in the He-Man trailer. But Shao Kahn looks really good there. And I said that they better not do Liu Kang wrong, and they did show us some clips, and they might be downplaying this because they don't want to give it away. So I'm still very optimistic that we might see Liu Kang prevail in this fight. Probably, Johnny will save the day, but Liu Kang will end up winning because clearly Johnny Cage is the main character here. But we saw Liu Kang do, it looked like they faded away right before he was about to do one of his finishing moves there. His finish him, one of his fatalities. Wow, dude, that looked really good, guys. I'm sitting here looking down at it, but that looks freaking amazing, especially if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. There's still some left on this, so let's just keep watching real fast and see what else is going on.
Uno mas, thanks.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that. shit went out in the 90s.
Johnny Cage.
Okay, so this looks like the same trailer we reviewed a couple days ago. I'm just going to pause it on some scenes here since we've already seen that. Do you guys see this? This is almost identical to the Mission Impossible. I don't even know if I said this in the other video, but this looks identical to Mission Impossible. The Mission Impossible 1 that came out in 96, the Tom Cruise movie. That looks like the exact cover art to that. So that's pretty funny play there.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans. How are you doing that?
Are you coming or what?
So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, in the first Mortal Kombat game, my favorite character was Sonya Blade for two reasons. One, nobody wanted to play with the girl. But two is, I mean, look, guys, don't hate. That's just the way it was back in the day, all right? That's how it was. Now it's a little bit, or it's a lot more down the middle with characters and whatnot. Shit, playing Fortnite, most people prefer the female skins, but back in the day, you didn't really want to play with the female characters as much. But yeah, so I would play with Sonya a lot because nobody else liked to play with her, but also because she had, like, it seemed like one or two extra moves more than some of the other characters. And that leg grab was just always fun to pull off. You're just sitting there tapping the bunny, and if you did it right, you could just leg grab him and throw him back and forth. And in the second Mortal Kombat, I was a big Baraka fan, again, because he was an antagonist, and most people still like playing with some of the OG characters at that point, or some of the newer characters that were pretty cool. And Baraka kind of went under the radar, but he had that cool chop move that you could almost catch anybody with. If they would jump at you, you could just chop them up, and it took hella damage off of them. I know I'm going full nerd mode right now, guys, but yeah, so let's keep watching.
Where the hell am I?
It's called Mortal Kombat.
So don't let him trick you. Katana's probably training Johnny Cage right there, because Katana was definitely a good guy. Melina, her sister, or her sister equivalent, the purple version of her, ended up being, I think, part of Baraka's clan or whatnot, because when she took off her mask, she was all crazed in the face. I don't know if we're going to get Melina in this movie. But we definitely saw Jade, who they made the bald-headed Asian chick, but she was wearing the all green. It looked like that they kept true with making Jade the villain, because Jade looks like she fights Jax, which is going to be a really good fight. And, I hope they don't do Jax wrong. I hope that he just grabs her and just like does his pound move on her. Not like that. That's not what I meant. But yeah, so let's keep watching, and maybe they show that here.
It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
Yeah, he's training. He's training. I don't know who this cat is, but he's done for.
Fuck that.
Yeah, so Shao Kahn. Okay, so this is clearly Raiden on the left. No, wait. That's Kung Lao on the left, and that's Liu Kang on the right. And they were part of the same. Kung Lao Liu Kang is a descendant from Kung Lao, if I remember correctly. At least he was in the original lore. I think in the first movie they played it up like they were in the same part of the timeline together. But they're facing off against each other on a classic Mortal Kombat 2 level, it looks like here. The backdrop and whatnot. So it looks like they're bringing Kung Lao back as an antagonist or as on the villain team. This should be a super hype battle. One I truly would expect Liu Kang to win, though. This might be one of those face your fear kind of moments. They used to have this part of the game where you had to fight yourself, or you had to face your fear. And in this case, I would think maybe that would be Liu Kang fighting his clan, somebody from his group, which. I'm speaking off the cuff here. This would be a really good battle here, which we saw a little bit more of in the previous trailer just then.
The war for the fate of your world.
You dickheads in or what?
Okay, so that was Kano. Obviously, we saw Kano die in the previous movie. I'm pretty sure.
You dickheads in or what?
So they brought Kano back somehow. I don't know. why he's interacting with the good guys here, because Kano was a bad guy who, even when asked to fight for Earth Realm, betrayed the Earth Realm and fought for Shao Kahn, I think, under the guise that he would probably live. So I would not trust Kano here in this movie at all.
I'm not some
Okay, so that was Jade there. Jade should have full ninja mask on, like Katana, but they look like they took her off, and she's scarred up. Looks like she's pretty battle beaten here already. So I guess they just want to make her look like more of a villain, which you could probably do easier by taking her ninja costume off.
I'm not some champion. I don't have
So yeah, that looks like Jax
transformer arms.
fighting Jade. I like the Transformer reference there. Also big Transformer fan, but this looks like Jax fighting Jade. Now Jax's thing was like he had his arms ripped off in the first. Okay, so in the second, in Mortal Kombat 2, Jax had his normal arms and they were pulled off, but somehow he survived and he got these metallic arms that he returned with, if I remember correctly. And again, we're 30 years later, but in Mortal Kombat 3, he came back with these metallic arms.
Or shoot lightning bolts. This shit's got nothing to do with me.
So that was Liu Kang. Looked like, yeah, this is Liu Kang right here. I think it looks like it's Liu Kang, and he's pulling off some kind of OP fatality move, I think, right here. I'm telling you guys, Liu Kang is going to win this tournament. I could tell by watching this trailer right now that Johnny Cage is going to be the main player. Johnny Cage is going to save the day. You're going to have great supporting cast, but Liu Kang is going to win this tournament. I can tell already by some of the clips we're getting from him, he's pulling off some pretty dope shit that they're like cutting real fast.
This shit's got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
And it looked like that Liu Kang was fighting Shao Kahn right there, and you don't get to fight Shao Kahn unless you make it to the end. I mean, Shao Kahn's the boss of the game. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. We think that they're going to keep to the lore. And, you know, one thing I don't see is that irritating character that they gave us in the last movie. What was his name? Cole or whatever. I don't see him at all, thank God, because he was not in any of the games, and that was some bullcrap they came up with in the last movie. I don't know why. They had him in there instead of, they should have just had Johnny Cage in the last movie. And I think that they realized that, and they just cut him out completely. Maybe he has a brief cameo and he decides he doesn't want to fight, something like that. But I'm really glad that we're not getting Cole. At least we're not getting him yet. If they sneak Cole into this movie and somehow he wins, I'm done. Mortal Kombat has lost me.
I find
There he is right there. That's my boy from Mortal Kombat 2. Now, undoubtedly, Baraka is one of many Barakas. He's just like, he's part of this big clan. Baraka's going to get beaten by Johnny Cage, no doubt. I just hope that they do Baraka a solid and let us see him fight somebody else and win. It doesn't have to be somebody that we know, but they don't need to just throw Baraka in just to have Johnny Cage take him out. They need to let Baraka F somebody up real OG style.
you annoying.
Not the face.
Okay, so now we get the cat fight here, Melina and Jade. So clearly you can see that Melina is good, Jade is bad. I think they're probably going to write Jade as the sister for whatever reason. I don't have a problem with that, except for Jade wasn't in... I think she might have been a secret character in Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, this will be a good fight here for sure. I love seeing some girl on girl.
You can run, but you can't hide forever, ever.
It's time to become the hero you were meant to be.
All right, you big ugly fuck. It's showtime.
All right, so here we go right here. It looks like we got Scorpion, and if that's not Sub-Zero, it's Noob Said Boy. It's hard to tell with the dense color and the shading and everything going on. But as we saw in the previous trailer that we just watched in this same video, it looked like Scorpion goes 2-on-1. So they really play up Scorpion to be a complete badass, and they also play up Scorpion to be almost a protagonist, which is slightly different from what I remember in the lore. Sub-Zero was more of the protagonist, and Scorpion was more of the antagonist. At least the second Sub-Zero, the brother that doesn't wear the mask, he has the scar on his eye. He was typically a protagonist, if I remember correctly. But I think in actuality, he might have been kind of a neutral playing character. But them making Scorpion out as maybe a good guy is, I don't really have a problem with it.
Get over here!
Yeah, that's definitely noob right there. Maybe the reborn Sub-Zero or OG Sub-Zero, the first one, but you can tell he's a lot more dark and shaded. You don't see any blue on that. Oh yeah. Oh, how was that? Wait, did they just show us? What did we just see? Was that Reptile maybe? No. Okay, so Reptile was another ninja. He was green, much like Jade, but he looked like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But he was an actual reptile, and his name was Reptile. No, I'm gonna stick with noob on that one. I guess it's possible that they came up with some other ninjas. There was Rain, and Smoke and some others. So it's possible that might have been Smoke or Rain as well. All the ninjas kind of looked identical except for their color variation. So given the color palette here and where they're fighting, it is kind of hard to tell. That is definitely Scorpion because of the moves he's pulling off, but he doesn't have his yellow gear on, which is also strange.
Finish him!
Whoa, okay, so Kung Lao taking off his hat, he uses it as a throwing device. Wow, okay, so this is Katana fighting Shao Kahn. So this is not going to end well for Katana because she's definitely not going to win the tournament. So I have a hard time, would they kill Katana? Wow, guys, if they kill Katana, that would be intense. That would be intense, bro. Okay, so that looks like classic Sub-Zero fighting Scorpion right there. Maybe I'm gonna guess he's throwing that to save Scorpion here. That might not be Sub-Zero. That could easily be one of the other ninjas I told you about, but it definitely looks like a tint of blue. But of course, this whole level is blued out, so it could just be the tint that we're seeing. Whoa, guys. I can't believe, how long has this video been? Y'all just saw me go total geek mode on this Mortal Kombat. I'm super excited for this, guys. I'm going to have to cut this video down. Oh man, it was supposed to be like a 5 to 10 minute trailer reaction, and I just made it a 30-minute video about how nerdy I am on Mortal Kombat. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming to check out the videos with me, as they seem to stream together multiple ones there. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video. You're a daisy if you do. Peace!